from BS and Beer Media. It's Top of the Bleachers with Jason and Tucker.
Smith coming right, trying to outrun the coverage, makes a cut, gets it. Oh, he's still going. Oh, look at it. He's going to score. He's got the five.
Let's see what the guys are talking about today.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the Top of the Bleachers. What? Why you got that green on? What's up?
I still think it's a charge, man. I still think that's a charge. It's a nice dunk. Kobe, that's a really sweet dunk, but I still think that might be a charge.
It might be a charge.
And then I was watching the Emmett run, and I was like, I'm going to watch the lineman this time. Dude, 63, I can't remember who 63 was, but 63 just pancakes an Atlanta Hawk, and I mean, it just puts him flat on his back.
Crazy. Anyway, welcome into the show. It's February the 10th. Holy moly, it's February the 10th already. Getting close to Valentine's Day.
Opening day, 4 days away, baby.
Yep, almost Valentine's Day, opening day.
Yeah. And Valentine's Day. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what it was 4 days away.
Yeah.
And opening day just happens to be on that day, too.
You better remember your holidays. Come on now.
It's a holiday for the card company. I think everybody out there knows it's a big old jip. If you love somebody, tell them 365 days a year, not just once a year. Okay. Matter of fact, if you're a lady out there and your man only buys you flowers once a year on Valentine's Day, you should be pissed at him, not just lovey-dovey.
When's the last time you got flowers?
For Lacey?
Mm-hmm.
I have never gotten flowers for Lacey because Lacey hates flowers.
What?
If I buy her something, it's usually like a living plant, something that she can plant and like keep growing. If I bring her flowers that die in a week, it makes her mad because it's a waste of money. She'd rather I just bring her the money. So if I buy her something, it's usually like a lily or something like that she can plant.
Well, that counts as flowers. I mean, that's what that is.
But I couldn't tell you last time. I don't know. Every time she gets sick, I buy her a teddy bear. Sometimes I think she gets sick just so she can get a teddy bear.
My wife likes to peruse the garden section for sure. We do stuff every now and then.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big gardener myself, but she is.
If I'm gonna spend money on Lacey, she would much rather that I spend it on something that she can, enjoy other than, these are pretty and they're dead.
And I totally agree with you about Valentine's Day. We've never celebrated Valentine's Day before ever until this year. And we're going to the Waffle House for Valentine's Day.
It's a redneck Valentine's Day right there.
She's never been the one.
Don't be telling her that she don't need to be wearing no heels or.
Oh, yeah. She wants to dress up. She said,
she needs something with some dress.
Come on. I said, you could dress up, but we can't go till like 1 a.m. Okay. But so we're gonna, I don't know if you want to say celebrate Valentine's Day this year, whatever. I buy her flowers pretty often. I don't have it on the calendar or anything like that.
Sure.
Usually like every 6 months or so, probably. I try to. I haven't in a while. I should do that real soon because she likes that.
Don't do it on Valentine's Day. Surprise her like day after Valentine's Day.
I usually do. I usually send it like a couple days after or a couple days before, and I say, "Here's your not Valentine's Day flowers. I love you." Blah blah. Blah.
Do you send it to? Do you send it to her work so she can flaunt it in front of all?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big deal for the ladies. They like that.
Yeah.
Makes them feel loved, apparently.
Yeah. I got flowers one time. Has a girl ever sent you flowers?
I don't think I've ever got flowers, no.
I was dating a girl in 9th grade. There's no way in the world she's watching this. So I'm going to go ahead. Her name was Janice Arrow.
She got you flowers, huh?
Yeah, and for like summer vacation, she left. I think they went on like a family vacation to like Florida or somewhere like that. And while she was gone, she sent flowers, a balloon, and one of the king size Butterfinger bars. Yeah.
She sent you a Butterfinger. What she sent you?
She knew me pretty well.
It came with flowers.
Came with a balloon and flowers.
I remember back in the day when you could get that kind of stuff
Delivered to my door. It was very sweet. It really was. I never experienced anything like that before.
I don't think anybody ever bought me flowers. I've had buy me stuff. Crystal buys me stuff, but
yeah, last I caught up with her on Facebook, which was years and years ago. I was on Facebook. She's living in Colorado, and she's married, got 2 kids, and well, they're probably grown by now. They got to be close to grown by now. It's crazy. That's the craziest thing about Facebook is seeing some of the people that you went to school with or hung out with and how they've grown up and what they've done with their lives.
Yeah, I don't think we're friends anymore.
I think that's why. Anyway. I think that's why I got off of Facebook was because I was like, all these people have done, these things with their lives, and I've done nothing. Nothing.
They haven't done anything either, bro. It's all for show.
There's actually a highlight
reel.
Yeah, there's actually a study that shows that Facebook and social media causes depression.
Sure.
Because people only post like their good moments, So like you see people like, oh, we're in France this year, and oh, we got this, we got that, and you're like, I ain't ever been to France. Why are these people going to like vacation every other week?
And people that only post bad, negative stuff all the time, usually block those people, or you don't friends with them, or whatever. You know what I mean? I want to see your highlight reel, but you're right. People compare; they definitely do. I wasn't on Facebook for a long time. I was like, I just can't do it because I could see right through so many people. Well, I went back and made a comeback, and in the process, I had him make sure block party, and so I feel a lot better. And if I see anything that where I'm like, that's too much drama for me, I'm going to be blocking folks. I don't care if I got 2 friends. I don't really care. So that's my Facebook strategy now.
Well, I don't want anybody to get offended out there or anything like that. We all kind of move on with our lives. Everybody's life goes a different way. And if I really wanted to keep up with you, I would call, keep in touch, text. And I don't know. And the people on Facebook are people that, I'll probably never run into again.
Probably not. I don't know. You'd be like, oh, so-and-so moved to the same town I live in. That's weird.
Nick Hahn lives on my mail route. I've seen Nick Hahn about, I don't know, once every 2 months. I see him out in his yard doing something. Hey, Nick, what's up?
That's weird. That's cool. I know where a few people live.
Yeah. I ran into Corey Fertizzi in Little Rock one time when I was hauling milk.
There you go.
But that kind of stuff doesn't happen very often,
Yeah. I wouldn't say I know a lot. Actually, I know probably less than 5. It'd be like you, Ben, and Misty. That's pretty much it. I don't know.
Well, I know
there's people around Bentonville, Fayetteville area. I know there's a few people around there, but
I'm the first one to admit that I am a terrible friend when it comes to keeping up, like calling on the phone or texting or anything like that. Like one of the reasons that you and I have remained friends for so long is because you make the effort, because I am terrible. I am absolutely terrible.
Oh man, I'm glad we got this recorded. This is good stuff right here.
But I've been that way my whole life though. Like my mom sent me to camp one time in Boys State. She sent me to Boys State. We went to Boys State for like a week. Before that, we went to basketball camp for like a week. And both times I never called home. I never checked in. I never did anything. My brother went to, a church camp or something like that when he was a kid. And 2 days in, they had to drive down and get him because he was, he was having a meltdown. I've just never been that guy. Like,
Yeah. I wasn't that way either.
Yeah. Mom
wasn't that way either. I didn't call home when I left.
I think I got it from my mother because you would call my mom. My mom was like, you never call. And then when I would call her, from the moment she got on the phone with me, it was like she was trying to get me off the phone, Oh, well, it's so good to hear from you. I'll talk to you later. I was like, Mama, we just started this conversation. Why are you trying to get off the phone? It's like she complains that I don't call, and then when I call, she tries to rush me off the telephone. It's
That does sound like you.
It does, doesn't it?
It does sound kind of like you.
I have much better phone etiquette than my mother. My mother was like, "All right, Mom, I'll talk to you later." Click.
Yeah, your mom, dude. Oh man, for a sensitive young man as I was, I'm telling you, just be like, she click and be like, hello, Mrs. Scarborough, are you still there? Yeah, crushing sometimes. You know what I mean?
I don't think she meant it that way. That's just how. I
don't know. It's fine.
She grew up on a party line. You get off the phone, dadgummit. Get off the phone. It's a party line.
That's probably what it was, to be honest with you. Let's see here, man. I got a different thing here. I got some stuff for us to look at. First of all, we got to talk about.
What you want to talk about? You want to talk about the Hogs first?
The Super Bowl.
Oh, you want to talk about Super Bowl first?
Did
he get the MVP?
He got the MVP. Sure did.
He played very well. I really feel like the defensive line for the Eagles should have got the MVP, like the entire defensive line, because man, what a butt whooping. The defensive line for the Eagles just put a butt whooping on the O-line.
Yeah, and they did.
I feel like this is a lot like the college football playoffs. Like all year long, all I heard was, the best teams are in the AFC, the AFC, the AFC. And then the NFC shows up to the Super Bowl and says, now we're going to kick your butt.
Yeah, dude. Eagles defensive line dominated, man. 6 sacks. And it seemed like he was running for his life all night, man.
Did you see, I think it was the first sack of the game. He was rolling out and they caught him by his legs. And he slapped his head on the turf.
Mahomes?
Never got checked out, never went to the blue tent, never went through any kind of concussion protocol or anything. And I'm not sure he was concussed for the rest of the ball game. That's not what I'm saying, but he might have been rattled a little bit after you slap your head on the turf like that. One of the reasons I don't think he was probably concussed is because if you've ever heard a play call in the NFL, it's like 4 feet long. And I don't think with a concussion you'd be able to make your calls. But
yeah,
I don't know. I guess maybe if you do it so many times, instinct might take over or something.
We went to Steve's and had some wings. Oh man, dude, she poor Amanda, bro. She was crying in the first quarter. All right.
No.
She was upset in the first quarter. She was upset. And I was like, oh, it's a lot of game left.
Oh, you were trying to be nice.
Yeah. I wore a Mahomes jersey. I was trying to support Tanner. I was trying to support Tanner and be there, Uncle Jay, but on the inside, you know who I was rooting for, but I was trying to be a good uncle or whatever. Anyway. We had wings, man. We had some nachos. We had all kinds of stuff, man. All kinds of different dips and stuff. It was freaking awesome. And then started watching the game. And then I told Crystal, I said, okay, If this thing doesn't get any better by the third quarter, we're out of here. We're going to ride home. And they hadn't scored yet.
Yeah, you could have left at halftime, man.
And I know I could have, but I'm hanging on there. I'm like, let's just let's see what happens here. And then then I saw the final score, and they scored like 22 points.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter, it's kind of like the Hogs against Texas the other night. For some reason, even in the Super Bowl, you get up big on somebody, and it's hard to keep everybody involved.
Because through three quarters, he couldn't do anything.
No, and it had a lot to do with once they scored in the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like the Eagles took their foot off again, especially defensively. Like they just started coming with the 4-man rush. They weren't sending the blitz anymore. They weren't trying to get to him as hard as they were before that. I didn't feel like
the one linebacker said they only blitzed twice all night.
Yeah, the 4-man rush was kicking their butt all night long. I'm telling you, the offensive line for the Chiefs they should all be fired after that Super Bowl. They really should.
It's pretty bad. I mean, Mahomes still ended up with 257.
Yeah,
3
but
touchdowns, but that was all in the fourth quarter. It had to be.
And it's all because he's creative. It had nothing to do with like Jalen was stepping back in the pocket and getting a 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi before he had to get out of there. Mahomes didn't even have that. It was step back and it was half a Mississippi, and I gotta do something. I gotta get out of here. And by the third, well, it was right at the end of the second half. You could see it, man. He was starting to get happy feet. He wasn't looking downfield. He was just kind of running for his life.
Yeah.
And they didn't make any kind of adjustments. They didn't try any bootlegs to get him out away from the pocket, or they didn't, every screen they tried got blown up by the Eagles. It's like the Eagles were in the offensive huddle is what it was like.
It did seem that way. Their offensive line, the Eagles' offensive line, is just massive, bro. And I saw Jason Kelce talking before the game. He was doing this story. He was talking about the left tackle, and they showed footage of the dude used to be a rugby player. Yeah. He's out there running around trucking dudes, and I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, he's 6'7", 6'8". 380 pounds, and they told him they needed to lose some weight. They checked his body fat, and he was only 17% body fat. 380 pounds, bro. That's ridiculous, man.
And the Eagles, for some reason this year, probably because they were in the NFC, and the NFC did not get much lip service this year, but it's like the Eagles kind of flew under the radar all year, and then they would say, "Oh, they're just not as good as they were," or Hill and Brown are having problems, or it was like they were trying to create reasons that Philadelphia wasn't any good, and and Philly just kept taking care of business game after game after game, and kudos to them, man. Fly Eagles, fly.
Yeah. I mean, he only five passes.
I dislike the Philadelphia Eagles because I am a Cowboys fan, but there was just something really satisfying about them putting a butt whooping on the Chiefs. It was really satisfying to see some calls not going the Chiefs' way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
What the heck? Who's calling me?
I don't know. Your phone's blowing up.
I don't know. I got Pennsylvania somewhere else. I don't know who's calling. What in the world? It must be that time of day.
Oh, we're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. It might be Jalen Hurts. You might want to answer that. Man.
Maybe Port Royal, PA. I don't know. I had 2 calls at the same time. It's crazy.
I invited him to come on the show as the MVP. You might want to answer.
Jalen had a good game, and they kept Barkley in check. But you could tell that's what they were doing. They were going to stop the run no matter what. But and they threw every time he wanted to throw it, he just threw it the dude wide open.
Yeah, it's almost like they underestimated Jalen Hurts. It was like, if we can shut down Barkley, then we've got a chance.
Yeah.
And so they focused everything on Barkley, and Jalen was like, no, it don't work like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He said, like, we're going to make him beat us.
Which I believe is another reason why Barkley should have got the season MVP, because it shows you how important other teams think that he is.
Yeah. And then the other story coming out of that I saw is the where's Kelsey? Is he going to retire? Is this the last time we've seen him play?
There were rumors. There were rumors. Okay. I had a Swiftie in my house last night, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, last night my
inside track.
Yeah, last night my niece Randy showed up, and Steven showed up from work. We had Lacey made a big old pot of chili, and we did Frito pies and chili dogs is what we did. Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
Sounds good.
And she is a younger lady. She's probably, I don't know. I don't think she's old enough to drink yet. Wait, she just had a birthday. She might be old enough to drink. I don't know. I think she's 20. Anyway, she is 20 because Dad's been gone 20 years. And she was born right after Dad left. So she's 20 years old.
Okay.
And there were rumors that if they three-peated, that O'Kelsey was going to get down on one knee and propose.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know what the backup plan was. So
Blue is playing.
Blue is playing. Yeah. I don't know if that's true or not. That was just a rumor going around.
That was the Swiftie rumors, huh?
Yeah. And then we watched the halftime show with Kendrick Lamar, right?
Yes.
And of course, I don't know who Kendrick Lamar is. I called him Kendall Lamar and got laughed at. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then halfway through his performance, my niece says, "Oh, he's going to get sued again." And I was like, I didn't see him do anything, He didn't expose himself or anything like that.
Dude, his biggest hit is a diss track against Drake. And he's talking about being a pedophile and all this stuff. But he won 5 Grammys off this one song. That's the music. That's the greatest song. I don't know. 5 Grammys for.
Well, okay, so I get all this tea last night during the game.
Yeah, I did too. I got some of it too.
She starts dishing out the tea about Kendrick Lamar, and I said, so Kendrick Lamar got famous by name dropping another rapper's name. I was like, that's what Kendrick Lamar is known for, is name dropping another rapper's name, and that's why.
Yeah, but talking bad about him.
Yeah, and I was like that. I was like, okay, all right. And then Serena Williams showed up and started dancing, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe Serena's out there." And I was like, "It's a Super Bowl superstar, celebrities show up." That's what I was thinking. Well, it turns out that she's one of Drake's exes, and she's out there dancing around with Kendrick Lamar. And then another girl showed up, and apparently she's one of Drake's exes, and she's out there dancing around.
Oh my gosh.
And then I watched a video of Snoop Dogg watching it, and Snoop Dogg's calling him the GOAT, because as soon as he saw Serena come out and start dancing, Snoop Dogg starts laughing and talking about, "Oh, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT now." And I'm like, okay, all right. Apparently, I don't understand hip hop or rap.
It's all about who's got beef with who, man. I guess that's all I can tell you. I don't.
Well, it sounds like to me, like if you were a famous rapper and I was a famous rapper, the best thing that you and I could do for each other's career is start dissing each other, and then we'll start suing each other. And behind the scenes, you and I are shaking hands and hugging and splitting the money. That's what I feel like we ought to do.
That's probably what they're doing. That's probably what they're doing. You're probably right.
Yeah. I mean,
I saw a scene with him I don't know if it was a video or another performance, but live performance. But he's dressed in. I don't even know the song he's singing.
Yeah.
But he's dressed in some big long sheet.
Yeah.
He's got a crown of thorns on his head, blood going everywhere.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people upset about it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all I know. That's all I know about him. So there's people going to boycott the Super Bowl halftime show. That's all I know.
Because
I watched some of it, and then
because he's a Satan worshiper.
I guess I don't really know the story.
Okay, I'm just you
Or
you probably shouldn't.
Not
if
a
you're
Satan
not
worshiper, but a
if you're gonna
they felt like he was mocking Jesus, I guess you could say.
Okay, I mean, I'm not for that at all. But if that's gonna make you boycott the Super Bowl, you need to look into the Super Bowl a little bit deeper, because every person out there on the field is like got some sort of off the field moral implication going on. You know what I mean?
Not all of them. But a lot.
Oh, please, Hollywood. The Super Bowl is such a
Hollywood, yeah, but you're talking about the players.
I'm sure they're just as bad. I mean, you have.
Well, I'm not saying they're not, but I'm saying that got to be a few good ones.
I'm just saying, if you're looking for morals and direction in your television show, probably not watching football. You probably need to be watching Sesame Street or something like that. That's all I'm saying. These are guys that run full speed into each other and try to break bones. I mean, it's not like they're out there shaking hands and turning the other cheek. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's a gladiator sport, lady. That's all I'm saying. It's a gladiator sport.
Speaking of sports.
Oh, do we have to talk about this?
Alabama whoops up on them Hogs.
I wouldn't say they whooped up on us. Okay.
Here's my title for the show. Tide rolls the Hogs.
No, that hurts, dude. That hurts. We reverted back to that team before the Kentucky game that we went like 6 or 7 minute span where we just could not put the ball in the basket. Yep. And then we still ended up fighting back and making it a ball game at the very end. If we can just fill in that 6 or 7 minute span with, 3 or 4 field goals, we win this ball game.
I don't feel like Big Z is going to play like that every game, but holy smokes,
man,
Big Z play half that good.
Yeah. I mean, Big Z is the only reason we were in the ball game to begin with.
Absolutely. Well, Theo had a good game too, but John L and DJ, man, they're both like, I think I texted you, had 6 points at a half, and I was like,
and where the heck is the home cooking, man? We're in Bud Walton Arena. We got the set of the worst refs I've ever seen in my life, man. With like 2 minutes left to go in the first half, we were sitting at 5 fouls. Alabama was sitting at 4 fouls. I'm like, dadgum. They weren't calling nothing. We were, and then they come out in the second half and you couldn't touch nobody. It's like, how do you coach and prepare your teams for something like that?
I don't know, man. You just got to fight through it, man. And for the most part, they did. But then they only had like 2 or 3 turnovers at half, and I think they ended up with 11. So they had
they had a terrible second half, especially the first. Yeah. The first, say, 6 minutes of the second half, they looked terrible. I thought we were going to get blown out by 30.
I did too. I think we were down to 18 at one point, and then they mounted a comeback, and man, almost got there, man.
Yeah, almost got close. Had a rebound that they needed to secure. That kid from Alabama, the tall, lanky, white kid. I can't remember his name right now.
Grant Nelson.
Yeah. He ended up sneaking in and grabbing an offensive rebound that should have been ours, but I think it was Brazil again that didn't block out. Him and Adu have got to be the 2 most disappointing players on the team. He can't he gets lost on defense. I don't know what Brazil is doing out there, like he's daydreaming or something. I don't know how many times he gets back cut, or it's his man that's laying the ball up, and it frustrates the living crap out of me because I think one of the reasons it frustrates me so bad is because he's so physically gifted and he's not using it, and it just irritates me.
Yeah, it seems like he gets caught watching the ball way too much.
Way too much, man. Way too much. And you can tell that Cal don't want to put him in, but he's got to give Thero a rest every once in a while. And then when Thero gets in foul trouble, you got to go with Brazil.
Yeah. Well, the good news is it didn't hurt us that bad as far as the net rankings go and all that stuff, because Alabama's good and because we kept it close. Matter of fact, we didn't even move from 43 in the net rankings. We stayed 43.
Yeah,
so
we got a win. Yeah, we got a winnable one coming Wednesday night. We play LSU at home.
We are favored to win that one by 7.
I feel like we can win that, but then we got to go on the road and play Texas A&M and Auburn.
I know. Oh shoot! Hang on, go back. Let me do that. Yeah, they have us underdogs in the next 3.
Yeah,
Texas A&M, Auburn, Missouri. That's another really tough stretch right there. Texas too. That they're not.
We just beat Texas. We just beat Texas, and the next time we get Texas, we get them at home, which you think would be, an advantage.
Good,
but
they shot bad against us the first time.
I feel like we play better on the road than we do at home. I really do this year.
Feels that way.
Man, it feels that way, and I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Well, A&M and Auburn is not the 2 places you want to go on the road to try and get a win.
Although Auburn just got beat at home, so
they did.
It's not impossible.
And the big game I think it's Saturday, is that Auburn-Alabama game is just coming up. That's going to be a battle. I think it's I don't know where it's at. I want to say it's at Auburn, but I don't know if that's true or not. Anyway, they still got us predicted to go 17-14, 6-12. Right? And then here's the last 4 in. And then here's the first team, the next 10 for teams out. So basically, we need to be rooting against all these teams right here. We need all these teams to lose.
Basically, what we need is we need to win a couple of ball games that we're not supposed to win. Is what we need to do.
And win the ones we're supposed to.
Yes,
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Win the ones you're supposed to.
Plus you don't know, like, if you're one of the last 4 in, but then you go to the SEC tournament and you actually get to the semifinals or something like that, that's going to make your resume look a lot better. So this is not factoring in like the automatic bid. Like, there's a team that could step up and win the SEC tournament that's not even, if you have somebody that's like at the bottom of the league make a run and win the whole thing, they're going to end up screwing somebody that's down toward the bottom. Yeah. You know what I mean?
South Carolina wins the SEC tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It'll end up knocking out somebody else that's down there.
Yeah, there'd be some of that too, man, and the other leagues as well.
Sure. And I don't know how I feel about, because right now they're saying the SEC could get as many as 13 in, and I don't know how I really feel about that, because one of the great things about the tournament are the VCUs and the St. Mary's and the little guys, the Grand Canyons, people like that get into the tournament, and they might not make the Final Four or whatever, but they get to make some noise. And when you let 13 in from one conference, that means somebody else is going to.
Yeah, but what's the purpose of making noise, though? Like, what's your purpose here, though?
I don't know. It's fun. It's entertaining.
Okay, so you don't care if it's the best teams.
Well, I mean, you're going to get to see the SEC tournament, which is going to be.
You should still get to see those good games. You still have your underdogs and all that. Just it might not be.
Let's say you play in a small conference that gets one automatic bid. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you get that automatic bid by winning the tournament in your conference. All right.
Yeah.
You're the best team in your conference all year long. Let's say you go undefeated, but then you lose a key game in your tournament, and another team is going to get the automatic bid. And because 13 teams are getting in from the SEC, there's a good chance that team that should have gotten the automatic bid won't even get in because there's not going to be room for them.
There's a chance.
I don't know if that's like, I'm not saying like if my team, if Arkansas is the 13th SEC team that gets in, I'm gonna yay, Hogs got in. Don't get me wrong. But if my Hogs are the 13th team that gets in, we probably screwed some other team somewhere else. So and then if you're the 13th team that gets in and then you get bounced in the first round, I mean,
oh, that's the thing too. That's what I worry about is we get 13 teams in and 7 of them lose round one. It's like, well,
or we get to the Final Four and there's not one SEC team there at all.
That too.
Like the college football playoff, and we're like, we've been talking about how studly the SEC is all year, and I don't know. I think maybe there ought to maybe be a cap on a league. Say like no more than 10 or something like that, or.
I think so. Yeah, if you're going to have, these, because the conferences are getting bigger, right? I mean, that's how come they got so many teams possibly getting in too, is because we have more. You add Oklahoma and Texas, that's 2 more teams that might get in, compared to last year. So, and they're just going to get bigger, right? They're just going to keep doing conference realignments, and they're just going to keep doing that stuff over the next few years, probably.
I imagine the tournament is going to get to a point where it's going to be a tournament of the Big Five or the Big Four or whatever, and the rest of the teams will just have to go play in the NIT or start a new tournament or something.
Or just be 64 at-large teams, at-large bids. There ain't no more.
Oh, man, wouldn't that be something? That would be something.
64 at-larges.
That would be wild, man. Have some sort of selection show. That would be that would be cool, man. I think that would be neat.
Let's see.
What if you decided the 64 teams, right, threw their record out the window? Like once you get into the tournament, once you get selected to be in the tournament, your record is thrown out the window. And then we go like some sort of crazy lottery for the seeding. That would be wild.
That'd be crazy.
That would be nuts.
I didn't have any other college basketball stuff, but I did see. Guess who's supposed to make his debut tonight?
Yeah, do we want to talk about Anthony Davis's debut?
I got him up next.
Okay,
next. But Luka, first of all, Luka, he's gonna start his thing tonight.
Yeah.
Supposedly. So you think this is gonna help the Lakers or no?
In the long run, yeah. I mean, if they keep Luka and LeBron moves on, even if LeBron stays a couple more years or whatever he wants to do, Luka's a generational player, so they have secured a superstar for the future. And now, but I don't think they have the pieces around him this year to do anything. I don't think they're. I don't think they're like set for the playoffs now or anything like that. But I think they definitely got some key pieces they can build around now.
Well, they traded traded Connect, right? He was part of that trade too. He went to like the Hornets or somewhere.
Yeah, I don't understand these multi-team trades. I don't understand that, but I don't know if Dalton Connect got moved or not, but
I think he did. So, well, the Lakers may have gotten better.
Maybe.
But the Mavs did not, and he's injured again, just like we talked about.
Dude, he made. I think it was the third quarter. It might have been the second quarter. non-contact injury. He was breaking towards the basket and then comes up holding his groin. Apparently, it's some sort of
left abductor.
Yeah, another oblique abductor. I don't know what these guys are doing, but they're pulling stuff we never pulled before. I don't know. I don't think it was any big surprise. I don't think all this did was like reassure the Mavs that they, want to burn the place to the ground. That guy Nico had to hire extra security, man. That guy had to hire extra security after this trade.
The rumor is that they did that to disconnect the fan base because they fixing to move to Vegas.
Okay. All right.
That's the rumor going around.
Dallas is going to go to. I think Dallas is a bigger market. Why would you go to a smaller market?
They don't want to be in Dallas anymore, I guess. I don't know. Mark Cuban saw the writing on the wall and he got out. Anyway, he was having a crazy game too, man. Like 27 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, or something like that.
He was winning the Mavs fans over. He was really doing a heck of a job, and then
and he got hurt.
And then Mr. Glass showed up.
Could stretch to a month. Well, I'll tell you who else who needs to retire.
You think Anthony Davis needs to retire?
I think he might need to. He gets hurt all the freaking time. He's been at least 10 years in the league, at least.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like telling people when they need to retire. I think sometimes it's pretty obvious, like this goof nut here in front of me. But
this goober.
But Anthony Davis, I mean, he does have a ring. He's made a lot of money. I don't know. I don't have a problem if he would want to retire.
Who, Anthony Davis or
Rogers needs to retire.
Yeah, he needs to retire. The Jets told him they don't want him no more.
Well, I think everybody kind of figured that, didn't they? After the year he had and everything.
Yeah, he sucks. He looks like he's 72 years old.
So rumor going around is he'll probably be a Brown next year.
Oh gosh, these dang Browns. Well, I swear they trying to lose. You know what I mean? I swear. What in the world?
The Browns are where you go when your career is over. You go to the Browns.
Man, poor Browns fans. Ain't that sad?
In basketball, it used to be the Clippers. If you went to the Clippers, that was it. Your career was over.
Freaking Browns fans got the worst, bro. That would just. Not only does your city suck, where it's like dirty and cold, freezing all the time, weather sucks, but now your team,
your city sucks, your state sucks, and all your they do have Ohio State though. They do have Ohio State. Yeah, y'all lean on that heavy.
They do. I see why. I mean.
Yeah,
you ain't got much else going on for you.
Well, they're the best professional team in the state. Is the Ohio State? I'm pretty sure Ohio State could whoop the Browns this year.
Probably the Bengals too.
Bengals might give them a match. Bengals because they got a pretty decent quarterback, but the Browns, come on, man. The OSU could beat the Browns. I'm pretty sure.
Probably. That's so sad. That's ridiculous. I don't know what's going on tonight.
I never understood why Cleveland is the home to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
What do you mean?
I mean, why Cleveland?
Oh, because it's the home of rock and roll. What do you mean?
It is the home of rock and roll. What makes it the home of rock and roll?
That's what they say. I don't know.
Because of the Huey Lewis song, "The Heart of Rock and Roll." Is that what you're thinking?
No. No, that's okay. Why is let's just see.
Because Elvis Presley was from Memphis.
Let's see here. Oh my gosh, this thing is long. Holy moly. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. The rock and roll was created in the 1980s in New York City by Atlantic Records.
See?
Blah, blah, blah. When the Rock and Roll Hall. Okay. They did a poll. USA Today did a poll to see which city Americans believe should be home to the Rock Hall.
Okay.
They didn't anticipate the enthusiasm of Clevelanders. Whipped into a frenzy by local radio station powerhouse WMMS to blow the phones off the hook with calls into the 900.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what calls into the
900 number.
I guess 900 number to vote for our town. Rumor is it that Cleveland businessman George Gunn helped to fund robocalls to ensure Cleveland came in on the top of the polls. Not sure how much that cost him, but our city ended up with a museum that adds $100 million to the local economy every year.
So rock and roll didn't start in Cleveland or anything like that. They were
freaking
just
stole it, bro.
just like an Ohio guy, man.
Man, look at that. Bunch of freaking crooks in Ohio, man. Wow. Didn't even get it fair.
Didn't even get it fair.
Come on, Drew Carey, Cleveland Rocks. What a fraud.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are rock and roll songs with Cleveland in the song, but
they've all been duped too. They didn't know.
But Elvis came from Memphis. Most of the black R&B artists came from the South, which they get credited with starting rock and roll. So I always felt like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ought to be in the South somewhere, not necessarily Memphis. It could be in Atlanta or somewhere like that. But I always felt that rock and roll started in the South. But Cleveland ended up with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I never understood that. Now I do. I understand it was a bunch of OSU fans that were.
Well, Memphis is the blues, right? I mean, that's where the home of the blues or whatever. Mm-hmm. So you can't put rock and roll and the blues in the same town.
Well, Detroit's got Motown. Memphis has Memphis is credited with the blues and R&B. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I just know that Cleveland does not make me think rock and roll when I drive through Cleveland.
Me neither. It does not make me think rock and roll.
I'm usually thinking, man, I got to get out of here.
I'm thinking, man, these guys need to fix their roads.
Fix their roads and clean up a little bit.
I guess it's all the, factories and industrial type work that's there that causes it to be like that.
Well, it's population too. I mean, there's not a lot of metropolitan cities that are just spick and span clean and, don't have, anything else I say is going to be offensive.
We do this every day at 4:00, right?
Yeah. Every day, 4:00. Yeah.
Just for the listeners out there, we do this every day at 4:00.
Every day at 4:00. Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere usually around 4:30, 4:50, I start getting texts and phone calls and all kinds. Yeah.
I do too. How was your day today? I had a great day, honey. I had a really good day. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate it. I do.
Yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you.
She's got a good heart.
Yeah.
I had nothing else for you, man. I don't know if I'm gonna do any watching tonight. I don't know. We got the Luka game. Let's see what college basketball is on there. Any good games on there tonight?
Hogs don't play. Yeah, Hogs don't play again until the 12th, which is what, Wednesday?
Yeah, do they play on a Sunday coming up?
They play on the 8th or the 12th, which is a Wednesday, and the 15th, which is
Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
After that.
They play on the 19th, which will be another Wednesday.
Okay.
And they play on the 22nd.
That's a Saturday.
That's a Saturday. I don't think so, man. I don't think they play on a Sunday.
I keep hearing somebody talking about Sunday. I don't know what they're. Oh, I bet it's the baseball team.
Yeah, women's softball started up. Baseball kicks off on the 14th. Is that Sunday?
It's probably baseball. Yeah, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't have that schedule.
Well, I haven't got there yet. I got to get through the SEC tournament, and then I can take my chalkboard and put my baseball season up.
I don't even have
which I'm going to have to write small because the baseball season's like, what, 30-something games?
That's a lot, actually, yeah. Let's see if we can get a schedule right quick.
Oh, I can get you a schedule.
Oh, I don't want tickets, man.
You don't want tickets? Why not?
Good. I don't want tickets. I just want to look at the schedule. Where that's there.
What do you want to know, man?
I just want to look at this weekend first. Here we go. Washington State.
3
o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and then Monday at noon.
Yeah, we're going to play a 4-game series with them.
Jeez. Okay.
We got Kansas State, TCU, Michigan. And then we play Grambling, and we play a 3-game series with Charlotte. Then we play ULM, and then we play a 3-game series with Portland. Then we play UCA, and then season starts on March 14th. So from February 14th to March 14th, it'll be all non-conference ball games. And then March 14th starts up the SEC.
No, we got sprinkled in there in the middle of the week games, right?
Oh yeah, you'll still have like we play a 3-game series with Ole Miss, and then we play a 2-game series middle of the week with ORU.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we play South Carolina, and then we'll play like Missouri State.
That's crazy. All right, we play all the way till May. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of ball games in there, man. A lot of ball games.
That's cool, man. That's cool. May is just.
And again, they are playing everybody in the state. They're playing UAPB, they're playing UCA, and they're playing ASU, which I wish some of our other sports teams did it. Like, it'd be cool in basketball if we played Arkansas State this year. I think Arkansas State might beat us this year. They're pretty freaking good, dude.
They are good. Coach Cal might play them, actually.
I'd love to see it, man. I really would.
Some of the other ones. He played some of the other in-state ones. Little Rock and Conway, and
I feel like every year we play a game, that like in football, it ought to be one of our preseason games every year. We should play ASU.
Is your gym big enough though? Like for
the convocation center is pretty daggone big. They hold state tournaments and stuff like that in there. Yeah, it's big enough. But they would never, even if we played ASU, we ain't playing them in Jonesboro. Okay.
Well, if you get a home and away is what I'm thinking.
No. We ain't doing no home and away. We do a 1 game and we'll play you in either Little Rock or you can come to Fayetteville. We ain't going to your nasty little Jonesboro.
Why not? Let's go up there and see the northeast corner of the state.
It just because the university, first of all, doesn't want to play them.
How about an exhibition?
Yeah, I'm all for it. We're still playing it on a neutral site or in Fayetteville. We're not playing it in Jonesboro. It's not going to happen.
Why not?
I got no problem with it. I think I got no problem with the Hogs going to Jonesboro, but there's no way the university does that. They already
they went to Hot Springs and they went to Pine Bluff.
Well, it's because they already are worried they could lose to Arkansas State. They are going to do everything they can to have the advantage.
You think Coach Cal worries about that?
No, I think the university does. I don't think Coach Cal. Coach Cal's Coach Cal's.
I bet he schedules them in the next 5 years. I bet they play Arkansas State.
I think it would be awesome. I'm all for it. I am not against it.
do.
I'm just telling you.
That'd be great.
And I think it's a much better possibility without Frank Broyles up there than it is, like
True.
Frank Broyles was never going to play at the university or Arkansas State. Not going to happen.
Well, let's see. I was looking at the list here. North Carolina and Clemson plays tonight. We need North Carolina to lose. We need them to keep losing.
Well, Clemson just came off a big win against Duke, so if they play like that, they should beat North Carolina.
And then you got Baylor at Houston. That should be a pretty good game.
What did you think about Cooper Flagg running down there and slipping down and getting called for traveling? That sucked, didn't it?
That's a bad deal right there.
That's too bad. You don't even get the shot up. You just go run down there and fall down on your butt and get called for traveling.
Yeah, that's pretty horrible.
That's pretty bad, yeah.
NBA, and then you got the Lakers tonight. They don't play till 9:30.
9:30.
And then
I'm an old man. I can't be up till 9:30.
No, that's the only one on. So it's the only one on TV.
I ended up. You decided you were going to play Fortnite last night, and I stayed up till like midnight playing my Asphalt Unite until I ran out of gas. Literally, like I had no more gas tanks left. I was done.
Okay. We ended up playing marbles for a little while, and then Apex new season comes out tomorrow. So need something. No. You want to play tonight? What are you doing tonight?
I don't know what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah. We could play something tonight if you want to.
I was worried I was coming down with something because I was so tired yesterday, just dragging. And then last night I ended up staying up to like a little past midnight, and then I went to bed. Dude, I slept till 10 o'clock this morning. And then at 1 o'clock, I went back and took a nap.
Wow.
So I was just, I don't know. I don't know if it's just like.
I got up at like 6 this morning and took maybe a 15-minute power nap before I started working on the show stuff.
I don't know what it was. It was like my body just was like, all right, time to shut down. You need some rest.
I think we're having chili dogs for dinner.
That's what we had last night, man.
Yeah, I know. So there you go.
I throw a craving on you?
I didn't. That's not me. It's her. She said, hey, why don't we do hot dogs and mac and cheese? And I'll stop and get you some chili.
Oh, you're going to get that canned chili.
And I said, heck yeah. No. Well, yeah, she's going to get me a canned chili. She knows I like that canned Hormel. She knows I like that. But normally, she won't eat that. She only makes homemade chili. That's the only kind of chili she eats.
You a Hormel guy? You got Hormel and Armour, and then you got Wolf Brand.
Yeah, no. I'm a Hormel guy. I eat her chili too when she makes it homemade, but she doesn't eat any chili that's not homemade.
Yeah.
Well, Wendy's. She likes Wendy's chili.
Yeah, Lacey made homemade chili. Don't eat Wendy's chili. I worked at Wendy's. Don't eat Wendy's chili.
I don't. Riley worked at Wendy's for a little bit. She said don't eat the chili. Well, she said don't eat anything. She said don't eat anything, but yeah, definitely don't eat the chili.
When I worked at Wendy's, this is a long time ago. I worked at Wendy's, and it actually kept me alive. It did, because they had the food bar. You remember the food bar at Wendy's? Like, some people probably won't remember that, but they used to have like a buffet bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you worked a shift, then they would give you a buffet bar. And sometimes that was like the only time I ate that day was the buffet bar or whatever.
Yeah.
But when I was working at Wendy's, I found out that like any meat that's overcooked, any meat that might break up, any meat that might, I don't know, hit the floor for a couple seconds. Like
No, don't say that.
That kind of meat.
That's your chili. They don't do that nowadays.
That's the kind of meat that goes into the chili meat.
Oh my gosh, you're horrible. I'm glad I never ate no chili from where you was at.
I'm just telling you, man, that was one Wendy's. I'm pretty sure that's the policy at most Wendy's.
That's horrible. Well, we're not gonna talk about that because that's gonna make me sick. So we're gonna have some chili dogs and some mac and cheese.
Well, I mean, if it makes you feel better,
I'm probably gonna watch some Korean cooking. I think.
Yeah, if it makes you feel better, like the meat for the chili is cooked at a very high temperature. So even if it did have something on it, it probably dead by the time.
Oh yeah.
You actually ate the chili or whatever.
Sure, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, my first night at Chili's, there was a kid that was teaching me how to clean the grill. Right.
Okay.
Like, all right, this is what we do: clean the grill and everything.
You worked at Chili's too?
No, I said I was thinking chili, but I was thinking of Wendy's Chili's. It was Wendy's.
Oh, okay.
He was teaching me how to clean the grill, and he said, "Yeah, man, this thing gets really, really hot." He says, "You got to be careful. I mean, water will boil on it right away." And then he turned around and spit on the grill, and it bubbled up and disappeared real quick because the grill was so hot. And that's when I decided that I was probably not going to eat at Wendy's very much.
What the?
I'm telling you, man, these are people that fix your food every day. That's why I don't do fast food anymore, man.
Oh my gosh, bro.
It's probably been.
Well, where do you get food then? You eat at home every day?
No. I go to sit down restaurants. Which
you
are
think
probably
that's better?
Probably not. Probably not.
Ain't no better.
But it's got to be better than fast food, man.
Oh gosh. I don't know. All right. Well, anything else?
I'll take a liter of cola. I need a liter of cola. You ever seen Super Troopers?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Anything else before we get out of here, bro?
It's also one of the reasons that I'm never mean to the waitress or the waiter. You don't mess with people who fix your food, okay? You're just asking for freaking trouble.
Yeah, I don't do that either.
You are nice and polite as possible, even when they suck.
I know. You're like, oh, you should send that back. You should send that back. No, I shouldn't. Raw is fine, okay? I know I don't like it raw, but it's okay.
Raw is better than pubic hair. That's all I've got to say.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. My wife, I don't know. She likes to talk to the manager, good or bad.
No,
good or bad. Sometimes she'd be like, I need to talk to the manager. I'm like, oh my god, why? And then she'd be like a 5-minute love session over the waitress and what kind of customer service, how good they did, and they ought to get a promotion and get a raise, and you need to keep that one, and maybe even give her a promotion. I mean, like she's just gung ho for anybody that has good customer service. But if you don't have good customer service,
she wants to talk to you anyway.
She don't like that. She don't like that. I drag her out there a lot of times, but she wants to talk to the manager most of the time. I'm like, no, hon, it's not that big deal. Those people have a life. She's just trying to make money. Don't get her fired. You know what I mean? It's not that big a deal. Did you hear how she talked to me? I did hear how she talked to you. I know it was rude, but maybe she got something going on at home we don't know about. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? But I'm not a talk to the manager person. I'm not one of them people.
If you're having problems at home and you need to talk to somebody, Suicide Crisis Lifeline 988. They'll talk to you. They'll text with you. They'll video chat with you. They're good people. Give them a call. If you don't reach out to them, reach out to somebody.
Boom. Don't do life alone.
Don't do life alone. My battery is about to die, so we need to wrap this up.
All right. Well, I was done anyway, so we did an hour anyway. We just farting around. So
an hour, and we didn't talk about nothing.
No, we never do, really. I mean, nothing serious. We just talk about some stuff we saw. I just like talking to you. So enjoy your evening, man, and I will catch you later.
All right. Peace, brother.
Peace.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.